Hello, everyone, and welcome back to NextDev FM. And my name is Ryan, and I'm joined by my lovely co-host here.
Dan Goosewin.
Now, Dan, did you get my memo about the intern yesterday?
Intern? Memo? What are you talking about?
Remember the new random intern that like every pull request I open just like keeps on leaving like this review and like this poem and everything like that. It's like, did you hire somebody?
Yes, I did. I told you about it. You don't remember?
I don't remember.
Well, CodeRabbit is this really, really cool thing that will do automatic PR reviews for you on every commit. This is awesome. I love it. You should love it. I think everybody should check it out.
Everyone should check it out today at devlink.run/CodeRabbit. Thank you to CodeRabbit for sponsoring all NextDev Lives. And we are going to go ahead and bring our guest for today on. Welcome, Dominic.
Good afternoon in Germany. It's already late, but thank you guys for having me. Super excited to be here. Yeah, hi.
Hello. Very, very happy to have you here. So, Dominic, tell us a little bit about yourself. 2-minute intro. Who you are, what do you do?
2-minute intro. Okay. My name is Dominic. My last name is Koch, which is German for chef. So if you need some cooking, I'm your guy, probably. Yeah, I'm a university dropout. Super fresh, dropped out like Monday this week. I told you guys I had something coming. Yeah, I'm a software engineer. I currently work on Marble, which is a headless CMS. I think we can talk about that later as well. And I run a few Twitter accounts for companies and brands. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
A few. That's interesting.
Yeah, quite a few.
Do you have a number? Do you have a number?
5 or 6, maybe.
That's quite a lot. Yeah, that's definitely
That
a
is
lot.
Yeah.
What's so you've got a couple of projects. So what's like a project that like a listener could like check out right now? Like what's your most proud project that you've done so far?
So the most proud I'm probably of my Discord bot because it's the biggest project I've ever done. You could go to wouldyoubot.gg and check that out. It does like would you rather, truth or dare for Discord. It's pretty cool. We've spent like almost 3 years now building that. We've grown to almost 30,000 communities. It's like 29,300 something. We've been featured twice by Discord. And we actually won one of their hackathon events with a feature we built for the bot.
That's super cool. Yeah.
That is
Wow.
real cool, yeah.
Yeah, we'll jump right into the early days of that.
The early days. It was originally like for a TikTok trend because back in the days you had like Subway Surfer gameplay, and at the top it would say like you get this superpower, but your best friend gets to choose a side effect. And so I kind of took that and built it into a Discord bot. And then from there we just iterated and landed on like would you rather. Because the initial idea was just like would you still take this superpower if this person can pick a side effect.
Right, I remember that was a trend where it was like you can
Yeah.
like fly, but only like 1 foot like from the ground or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
And then like a bunch of people would do like exploration into that. I thought that was interesting because if you can fly 1 foot above the ground, that means that you could never technically take fall damage if you really think about it. Because then you would just activate the flying 1 foot above the ground, and just boom, you'd be good. So no fall damage if you really think about it. But yeah. Anyways,
it would be cool.
right?
Yeah. So, walk us through the process. How did you decide to build the Would You bot, and what was the process of building the thing?
So like I've always been building bots on Discord. Because it was kind of just like I started programming like web pages. And so like Python and JavaScript weren't too far from that. And then I was using Discord a lot of Discord communities, and just built my own bot for a game we were making back then. But like, it was a super shitty bot. It didn't do shit, but it was online and it had a few small commands. And then from Python, I switched to JavaScript and kind of started building bots on my own. Really terrible code. Like, looking back, some of the ways we solved problems back then were so stupid. So one's actually funny. We wanted to make a counter of how many commands were ran by users. And so the solution that you would come up with, you have like a handler that executes the API request to Discord, and you just increment a number there. But that's not the solution we had back then. In every single command, before it was executing something, we added a little database query to update the number by 1 in every single file. It was horrible. We got to around 800 servers, and then it kind of died down. So I had to go for something new. And then that TikTok idea came around. There were some bots in between, but they weren't really that popular. I made a crypto bot once that just tells you the price of Ethereum gas, like how much transactions cost on Ethereum. That didn't really go anywhere, like a few hundred servers maybe. And then we made Would You, and that just kind of exploded.
So wait, how many servers is it activated on right now?
Let me check. I don't got the exact number right now, but it's like 29,300.
Wow, that's a lot
That's
of servers.
impressive. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, we're really proud of that. It's a cool bot. We have so much planned for the bot, but I don't have the time to do it myself. So we hired a few people, like hired in air quotes, because we don't really pay them. They get like a bit of money if they ask for it, but I can't pay them. I dropped out of university. I don't have any sort of income.
That was gonna lead me to another question. So,
yeah.
like 29,000 servers. That's a ton of servers.
Yes.
Can you monetize that at all? I'm not very like into like the Discord bot. Is that like monetizable at all? Like
It is. Actually, it is. Let me see if I can log into Stripe right now. But I could give a like 2-hour talk on how bad monetization on Discord is. Because it's not profitable unless you have like a really, really big product, like 1 million servers, or you make a music bot. Those make so much money, especially when you add YouTube as a source of streaming. You're not allowed to technically, and YouTube has sent cease and desist letters to people doing that. But if you do that, you not only grow really fast, you also make a ton of money. Well, you used to make a ton of money. Not sure if that's still the case. I'm kind of out of that space now. But yeah, it's crazy. So if you have a huge bot, then it's very easily monetizable. It's not as profitable as you'd think. Just because like you hear 1 million servers, that must pay banks. No, it doesn't. Of course, unless you have a music bot. But just to give you an example, so currently on Stripe, once that loads in, I make 27 euros per month from that bot. It's actually gotten up recently.
Wow.
Man, where are you gonna retire with all that cash, man?
Exactly.
Like, leave some for the rest of us. Good lord. No, but that's really
Yeah.
crazy because that was like for last month or something like that.
That's just the MRR thing from Stripe. Not sure how they calculate that, but apparently we have 10 subscribers.
Interesting.
But we're also not like, we play Would You Rather on Discord. It's not something you would pay for because it's really not that required for it to run a server. If you have moderation bots or like general purpose bots, they tend to make more money and have a better conversion rate. because 10 active subs is really not that much.
Right, but that's interesting. I didn't know that people for like these Discord servers would pay like for moderation bots and stuff like. Is that something that's like really common?
I think it's like for us, we have a lot of people that kind of just pay us because we're really nice and they want to support us. Because we are still rather small, we don't get really any support requests, so we can help each person like in depth over weeks, which you normally wouldn't really do with support. And a lot of the people that pay us have like full-time jobs and kind of do this, have their own community that they run after work, and they just kind of have the money laying around because we don't charge much. We charge $2.99 a month. So
That's
yeah,
fair, I think, for something like that, because you don't want to be like one of
Yeah.
these bots that's like $30 a month and you get like 20 questions of like would you rather or whatnot. Because I've seen some like crazy Discord bots that like you look on their pricing page, it's like $300 a month, and you're like, dude,
oh
holy
damn, okay.
cow.
Must be a crypto bot. Let's be honest, they charge
Yeah,
so
come on
much.
now. Yeah.
There's Me6. It's the biggest bot on Discord. They make a lot of money, and their business practice is terrible because they started with like a really good bot in the early days of Discord, and then they kinda went the monetization route. But instead of saying, yeah, you get this feature in like a light version, and if you pay, you get a bit more. No, the whole feature is outright paid. I think 90% of their features are paid. But if you pay for it and if you have a lifetime subscription, it's not a bad bot. But everything is paid.
Yeah, the paywall really gets you sometimes. So we'll jump to the alternate side of that. So you did a lot of, you attracted and not hired but like recruited a bunch of like volunteers and contributors and stuff like that in like the early days. How did you like find them, or did they find you?
Okay. That's a good question. I'm not even 100% sure. Like the longer you stay on Discord, like some sort of bubble forms around you with like people who know me, people who I know, and then their friends and their friends' friends. And you kind of build this like community of people you just know. And like one of them was Sky, who's my co-founder on the bot now. Um, he's been a contributor and like a friend of mine for like years now, and so I just said, yeah, let's just get you on as a co-founder. Um, he's not that active anymore. He's still a great guy, but he has some health issues, so he can't really code a lot recently. Um, but yeah, and then for the other people, you kind of just met them through like development communities. For example, Nizzy, the mail zero guy, the person fixing email, um, he had a Discord server where you could meet people. And I've actually met my current co-founder for Marble on his Discord server because I was recruiting people on Nizzy's server for the Discord bots and for like the web stuff. So kind of that's where I met a lot of people in like YouTube servers, YouTube communities, that kind of stuff.
I see. So just meeting people online can get you very far,
Yeah,
apparently. Yeah,
it
I
does.
agree. That's how I met Ryan. Just a little bit of yapping on Twitter.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so curious though, what is your end goal with this project? Like, what are you working towards? What is the goal?
Mm, so specifically with the bot, right?
Yeah.
So currently what the plan kinda is slash was, um, we are working on a platform where you can create and share your own like collections of questions. So like if you, for example, made a NextDev FM podcast pack with like would you rather questions about Ryan and Dan, You upload them to the site. Anyone who's a fan can download them, use them in their server. We did that because I feel like engagement on online communities really depends on what you ask. Because if you ask general questions, they're not going to be interesting to them. Like, I'm on the server for Ryan and Dan. I don't want to answer a question about if I would rather have a dog or a cat. That gets boring super fast. So that's what we're kind of looking to get into. And once that marketplace is done, we wanted to work with companies and like partner Discord servers, because I know a few of those, to like get them to make a collection, upload it, and advertise us through that. And then the end goal was to kind of build that website out, build a huge collection of these questions, and then make a mobile app where you can import these questions and kind of play them with your friends on parties, like Truth or Dare or Spin the Bottle in an app, with the huge data set that we own in terms of questions. So it basically never gets boring.
So it's like hyper specific, like questions and context and stuff like that you're kind of going for to like make it personalized to every user.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. So like I've talked to the people from the GTA Online Discord server. They're huge and I'm friends with one of their staff. So we wanted to make like a collection about GTA. And so you just download that if you like GTA and want to talk to your friends about that. And just kind of get the ice broken with that as like an icebreaker for parties or whatever.
That's sweet.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So next topic. I'm really, really curious in that one because I myself ran an agency for software development services. Revo, tell us about Revo. Why is that a thing?
So in Germany, if you want to do anything that makes money, you need to register a company because it's Germany. I hate it. It sucks so much. So yeah, I kind of registered Revo to like have all these bots make money and to also kind of like freelance. So I did a lot of SEO optimization for smaller companies. I made some Discord bots for clients. Like I think last year I made one for Glass Animals. It's like a music band. They went
I know them. That's
really
cool.
viral. Yeah.
Right.
They made a new album and they partnered with a Roblox game, and they wanted to like give people in-game items if they listen to the album. And so we made that integration, giving them codes if they listen to the album. It was really cool. We worked together with Universal, I think, is the label associated with that.
That's a big name.
That is a big name. That was like, even Glass Animals is a really big name. They went like super crazy viral. And before that, Revo also did like sponsorship management for YouTubers. So like companies come to me and said, yo, we need someone to advertise our product. And I say, yo, I can reach out to them, ask if they're down. That's kind of my whole entry into the real big money business online stuff.
Interesting. So the only reason this is a business is because of the legal system, is what you're saying.
I mean, yeah, kind of. I would make Revo like a real actual brand that does like actual products, but it's kind of just the head company for all my projects.
That makes sense. That's kind of similar to what I did. My parent company, Exxon, that's sort of like all my little side projects and stuff like that. Yeah. They just kind of go under there. It makes it a lot easier, especially when you're newer in the space of startups and stuff like that. So that way you don't gotta drop like $500 on Stripe Atlas like every single month when you want to start up a new project.
Yeah.
So, and also helps make it easier for tax and compliance and stuff like that, because You don't want to
Yeah.
get dropped with like a ton of bills and stuff like that just because this AI wrapper didn't pan out. Let me start something else. All right, let me close down that entire company and reboot another one. And yeah, no, I get that. Cool. So, I'm interested more in what you did for the Glass Animals campaign because I know you talked about how you like made the codes and stuff like that. But like, did you like make a special bot for them? Like on the
Yeah.
developer side of things, how did that kind of like orchestrate and work out?
So I talked to this person. His name is Dylan. He's also like a YouTube person. He did like Fortnite stuff back then. But he's also like a community manager at Universal. Um, and he reached out because he saw me in some other Discord server doing development stuff. And so they wanted a bot that kind of checks, yo, has this person listened to at least like 5 of the songs from the album? And if they did, they can run this command and they get like display the code. Um, Tech stack wise, it was, I think, JavaScript, which I kind of regret because I really grown to love type safety in my code.
Mm.
And every time I go back to JavaScript, I instantly, not instantly, but I regret it at some point. And yeah, and then it kind of checks your Discord status for the Spotify activity, which wasn't the smartest solution because you could also just do OAuth into like Spotify directly and then get their status from that. But the budget wasn't that high. I got paid like $150 for that, and I didn't feel like
That's it from like Universal.
I think it's only the community manager. I'm pretty sure
Oh,
they only told him like, yeah, get it done. And kind of use the money, and I don't know. But yeah, back then that was decent money for me.
Yeah.
Especially like as a student, that's pretty good. And so yeah, I just like listened to their Discord status update, which if you know Discord is hell. Because the server the bot was ran in, I was kind of mistaken for that. I thought they used like a Glass Animal Discord server with like 40,000 members. No, they didn't. They used the game developers Discord server with like 600,000 members and 600,000 status updates every few seconds. Well, not for the offline people, so not really 600,000, but it is a lot of events. So the delay was huge. So yeah, that was like a technical trade-off I made because of the low budget that I wouldn't say backfired, but it made things significantly worse for the user. Because they had to wait now. And people on Discord that play Roblox don't have the attention span to wait for the database to return a code so they can get it looks really funny. The thing they actually got is just an eye. It's just an eyeball.
Eyeball.
And I used to have I have didn't I not have oh yeah, I do. I have a blog post on Revo written about that. If you go to projects and then stream tracker on the Revo website, you can kind of see what they got. That was the Roblox item.
interesting. That's just that.
That is it.
That's odd.
Yeah, and there were 10,000 codes for people.
Okay.
And I don't think 10,000 people got that because I don't think that many people entered. I think there's
Right.
probably like 8,000.
Yeah, it's like a lot of steps
unused
just
codes.
to do it right.
Yeah.
So you mentioned there was a huge delay. Then what would you do differently today if you were to redo the thing?
Probably just have them like connect their Spotify or Apple Music. Also allows for way more like providers to be used.
Sure.
And then just track that because it's probably a lot less status updates because Discord updates everything. If they change their like status text, it updates. If they go from offline to online, it updates. If they skip a song, it updates. and it is really annoying and a lot to deal with, especially since the tech stack was MongoDB.
Oh,
A lot of people
boy.
don't like.
That's rough.
I really liked Mongo, but people don't. And it's kind of annoying because it makes sense. Like for Discord, everything you send Discord is a JSON object. And with Mongo, you kind of just store JSON. So
My take on Mongo is it's
Oh.
good in some capacity, but it shouldn't be used as like a primary backend database. It should be used as like a connector database. But here's why. Here's why. Because I can speak on Mongo. My 3D printing company ran on Mongo for 3 years, and the issues that I had is just there's no concrete schema. So, well, there is, and you can kind of like mold it, but it doesn't really like restrict it that well if you're just kind of setting it up a little bit. So you can have schema skew, and like when you push a new schema, it doesn't go back and update all of the other documents. So then you've got to sort of update your code to, well, if these old fields don't exist, and it just generated a lot of excess code. I have now migrated away from Mongo, but if I were to do something like this, I would have like a primary like relational database for like auth and all that other stuff, and then have maybe like a Mongo database where you can store those JSON documents in Mongo, but have just an ID that's lookupable or referenceable in the relational database. So, but yeah, Mongo. I feel like every developer's had an interesting story with Mongo.
I don't know. I think document-based databases, NoSQL databases is just, it was a bad thing for the industry, period. It got blown out of proportion a little bit in popularity.
Right, yeah. I agree.
It's probably like for me, it probably was because every YouTube tutorial on how to make a Discord bot used Mongo. Because that was before ORMs were like big, like Prisma or Drizzle. They make everything so much better with like relational databases. I love Prisma. It's so cool. But like back then that wasn't really that popular. I'm not sure if Prisma was a thing back then. But yeah, so every YouTube video was like kind of just pushing Mongo, and then I still use Mongo for the bot, which I regret. I hate it.
You're just never going to be able to migrate away from that. You're locked in for life, basically.
Kind of. If I still want to like actively maintain the bot, I'm just going to rewrite it. So away from Mongo, please.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
So moving forward a little bit from Revo to like publishing, right? Was your next type thing? So why move from like that agency type work to now like publishing stuff? What was like the story of the switch and like how that evolved?
Okay, so I was publishing, for anyone listening, is talking about game publishing. So I watched a lot of Twitch streamers, and not sure about you guys, but I don't really watch gaming on Twitch. I watch programming streams because they interact with you. They have like 5 viewers. You just talk to them, ask them a question about Rust, and they give you like a 20-minute explanation on Rust. And it's awesome. There's some really cool Twitch streamers that do coding. And so a few of those were making a game. And I've always wanted to make a game. It takes a lot of time, but I wanted to do it. So I was doing a lot of research into how you would kind of not make a game, but like the thing after, like after you publish it. How do you like get your game's thumbnail and like as a category on Twitch or YouTube and all that? So I was researching that. And then all these people that I'm just going to call friends now made games. And so I was kind of helping them with the PR side of things. And I really wanted to make a name for Revo. And it's really easy if you have a game because Google gives you like a knowledge panel for the game and for the publisher and developer. And I kind of wanted that. So I spoke to this developer. His name is Joshua, I think. Um, and we were publishing his game, so he got a bunch of money from the fundraiser he did. I'm pretty sure I'm like the top one donator too. And then we just help him like with extra money if he needs it and all the PR stuff. Um but yeah, that's just kind of the way I slid into that. Just doing it for fun. Yeah.
Right. No, yeah, that's cool. And I never even thought about that. But I guess that would be something like if you published a game, you would want it to show up on like Twitch and Kick and YouTube
Yeah.
and stuff like that as like the category of game, because then that would get it like extra like traffic and whatnot. That's cool.
Yeah.
I never would have thought about that. Um, yeah, that's awesome. That's super cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is really cool. And you can stream the game then because you can select it as a category.
Right.
Yeah,
Anywho,
so
next project. You have a lot of projects. You have done a lot of
I
things.
have a lot of things, yeah.
Why are you so like spread out across functional? You did publishing, you did development, you did business. Like
Mm,
you're doing everything.
when I was young, I'm not sure if this is too deep, but
Mhm.
I was bullied in school for like the first like what 7 years of school.
Yeah.
Um, so I didn't have too many friends, so I kind of needed to do something. So at like 14, I started doing graphics design
Uh-huh.
and kind of tried making money with that. I also ran a few YouTube channels every once in a while. I tried vlogging, I tried gaming, I
Wow.
tried programming, I think even. Oh yeah, I did programming streams on Twitch for like a while. Um so yeah, I tried a lot of things to kind of see where I belong, if that makes sense. Mm. And yeah, I'm kind of sticking with development for now and like the publishing stuff. I'm not going to publish a game ever again unless it's my own. Um but I'm going to help him publish his game now, or at least find him a second publisher if I ever want to retire. That's equally, if not better than me. Um, but yeah, I just tried a lot of things, just seeing like I was young. I'm still pretty young. I'm 20. Just seeing what I want to do with my life. Yeah.
Right. No, that's totally fair. And trying things, like not a lot of people have the courage to just go and do the thing, which, I have a lot of respect for.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Anywho, Marble CMS, tell us about that.
Oh,
What is that,
okay.
and why did you build that?
So I'm not actually the founder of Marble. I
Hmm.
joined last week. So the story about Marble is my co-founder that I met on Nizzy's server. He's called T. He's a super nice guy, super cool. He's a great developer. Studied geology, so he doesn't come from a programming background. He's from Nigeria, I think. Did I mention that? I'm not sure.
No.
Okay, yeah, he's from Nigeria. He's really cool, and so he does freelancing because in Nigeria you apparently can't do too much work wise, unless you do like oil or some other field that he didn't want to do. I'm not 100% sure about that. But yeah, so he did freelancing in programming for clients, just like building their websites, stuff like that. He's really talented. He's really good at that. And so, story is he needed a CMS for a client because they wanted a custom one.
Hmm.
And so he built Marble. And it's called Marble because he studied geology. So he knows a lot about rocks. And he really liked Marble because Marble is awesome. It's an awesome rock. um, and yeah, so he made that. And as I mentioned earlier, I did a lot of like SEO, and blog writing is one of that. So I first joined him just like as some sort of advisor, just telling him, yo, more of a user, probably just giving feedback. Then we integrated Marble into Revo. Like the Revo block is based on Marble.
Hmm.
Then I signed up for a paid subscription. Um, And then a few weeks later, I joined as a co-founder. Then we applied for YC. Then we got sponsored by Upstash. And then we got sponsored by Neon.
Wow.
It's like a Databricks company. I'm not sure if you guys know Databricks.
I don't. What's Neon? I don't know what that is.
Yeah. But yeah, so now we're building Marble, which is a headless CMS specifically like for blogs, change logs, even legal pages work great with Marble. Like your privacy policy works really good. And in the future, we want to do AI content writing with like a little agent that does keyboard research, has full-on context on the posts you've previously published to draw connections between them. Because Google likes a internal linking structure, and so we thought we'd give the AI the power to kind of do it all and be like a whole writing team. So that's what we're currently working on with Marble, and just like a full-on CMS that works reliably.
Right. Yeah. No, that definitely makes sense. Reliable is key, but what I'm interested in is how do you split and time manage between projects?
So I said earlier that I dropped out of university, so I have a lot more time now, and I kinda dropped every project besides Marble currently, and just like focus a lot of my time on Marble, talking to customers, talking to just other founders. I had a bunch of meetings this week, and kind of making Marble something, and kind of going all into that. We also applied to Y Combinator with Marble. Let's see how that goes. Really excited for that. And yeah, so I kind of dropped everything to like a bare minimum to work on Marble.
I see. Going all in. And I love to
Yeah.
hear that you're talking to customers. That's like your number one friend at early
Yeah.
stages. Absolutely.
It is so good. I talked to James, the guy from Anki.
Mm-hmm.
Sure if you guys know that, but yeah, he's so great. He's such a great guy. I also talked to Josh a lot. Josh tried coding,
Yeah.
the
Upstash,
YouTube
yeah.
guy. He's so cool. We have a decent backstory.
Oh
We've
yeah.
known each other for a bit. Yeah, it's kind of weird, but also kind of funny thinking about it. We've grown to be like cool, good friends. We're good with each other. We talk a lot. He's great. He got us that Upstash sponsor. Yeah, like Twitter is such an amazing community. If you talk to people there, we got so much feedback from Twitter alone. It's awesome.
Yeah. I would say that everything that's happening in my career is happening because I was just tweeting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
Twitter
Yeah,
isn't. Yeah.
It's such a powerful tool. It's like if you're just consistent with it, like every single day, you'll build an audience. Yeah, I think that'd be really cool. It is really cool because you just tweet and then you get job offers and then clients and this and that and the other, and it's super cool to just be a part of that community.
Yeah, it's if you're into tech and you're listening to this right now and you're not already posting on Twitter, you should do it. I started in like January of this year, or maybe a bit later. I had a meeting scheduled with Han, the founder, like the co-founder of Mintlify, which is like a huge company now. They got a lot in funding through Twitter because I was posting like his LinkedIn. Because it's so based. And I got to talk to him about that, and then like a bunch of other people from Vercel, from Neon, the company that Ryan is kind of associated with. Well,
Wait, he is?
Databricks. Yeah, kind of.
Never heard of it.
I heard about the rumor that Databricks was trying to acquire Neon. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Um,
Yeah. So bringing it back to the script. I am really, really curious. You've done a few things, and one thing led to the other, right? Like,
mhm.
would it be fair to say that you building that Discord bot led to you working in Marble CMS today?
I would say so, yeah, because the Discord bot also has a blog,
Mm-hmm.
and I got in touch with my co-founder through building the website for that Discord bot.
Yeah.
And our primary source of traffic is the blog. So I think it all kind of funneled into building Marble CMS now. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So, what would be your advice to young folk out there who are also looking to build things and explore themselves and just do things?
A lot of people are going to tell you to build a to-do list, but nobody cares about that. You need to build something that you personally want first, then you ship an MVP, then you talk to your users, and then you go from there. I feel like that's, and you should try things, try new programming languages, try new tools, and try to grow as a person, try to interact with people on Twitter, post on Twitter. Yeah, that would kind of be my advice.
I see. That's very, very useful. And a lot of people really undervalue talking to users. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
a good
you gotta, because how else are you supposed to know what you're supposed to be building for if you don't talk to
Exactly.
users? So yeah, it makes sense.
Awesome. Well, curious, what's your tech stack right now? Like, what do you use for coding? What's your editor, keyboard, whatever? What is your environment?
So keyboard, I have a Keychron keyboard.
Nice.
My good one is at my other apartment. But I have this Keychron thing right here. I like it a lot.
Oh, is it a K9?
That's a good question, actually. I'm not sure. Let me check. Is that on the back?
Maybe.
Keychron. I am not sure because it's not written anywhere. But it's a really good keyboard. Keychron makes cool stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit expensive, but I really love that keyboard.
Oh, people like paying extra for keyboards.
Oh yeah, I feel more productive if I get keyboards.
That's right.
Yeah, the creamier the keyboard, the faster you can code. Everyone knows this now.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
true.
I love
Or the
clicking
faster you
sounds.
can prompt. I would say. Yeah, coding's out the door.
Yeah. Well, I miss coding. Coding was so much fun. Like pre-AI times, I miss it so much. But yeah, going back to my tech stack, I use Cursor because I was a student and they gave you a year for free. So I'm using that. Yeah, Cursor is great. Cursor works
Now
really
this
well.
describes what type of developer you are. What plan do you have on Cursor?
It's the one you get for free as a student.
Nice.
No, like so you're still on the free. Okay.
No.
So
That's a
you're
pro.
good.
That's a pro
That's
plan.
it. That's
Yeah, it's a pro plan. That's what I was gonna
pro
say.
tier,
Yeah, I was like the
Yeah.
$20. He's good. He's good because if you're dropping like solids, 3 figures or 4 figures on Cursor every month, then
Yeah,
You're
Ryan
no
is
longer a
describing himself
developer.
right now. Ryan's
Yes,
describing
I-
himself
yeah.
right now.
because I
So
run 3 different
inbound-
companies. Yeah, Inbound,
Yeah.
Management 3D, NextDev FM, Brand by Exxon, what else? Like 2 other ones I'm forgetting. I've got agents that just manage it.
Whoa. Oh yeah, Inbound can do that, right? Like
Yeah.
email it and then it sends an agent.
Yeah, that's what I just launched today. That Cursor announced where you can email an email address and it will launch a background agent. So I
That's
literally
so
have a flow. If a user emails the support channel asking for support, it will forward it to the repo agent and check it. And then if there's an issue, it can use an MCP that can text me and like say, hey, nothing wrong from the repo for this support request. It's a user issue. So it's amazing.
Yeah,
So much
blame the
AI.
user.
Right.
So much
exactly.
AI to blame the user. I love it.
That is awesome. That is so cool. Yeah, and then for the rest I use TypeScript. I also like once in a while I write a microservice in Go because
Oh.
Go is awesome. Not everyone likes Go, but I think it works really well for microservices.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have one that just like checks if an email has been not verified in like 30 minutes and just deletes it.
Interesting.
Probably could do that with Postgres. Not sure. But we made a microservice for that. And then yeah, TypeScript, Go. I use Tailwind. For my CMS, I use Marble. In case you can
Oh,
figure
What's
that out by
Marble?
now.
what's Marble?
Oh
Never
yeah,
heard of it.
marblecms.com is this great.
Hold on. You'll get your plug moment at the end of the episode.
Okay, sure. Yeah, Tailwind CSS. Obviously ShadCN, just gotta be there. And that's kind of it for the main tech stack. I mean, Next.js, usually a bit of Astro if I need like a more static site, like my portfolio is in Astro. And yeah, anything but Vue or Nuxt works.
Ooh.
Not a fan.
I never tried it. I heard people like glaze Vue a lot and Nuxt and bash on React when I do React. So I just bash back.
Interesting.
I've
So
never
you're
heard
just
anybody
going
call it
hate for
Woo.
hate.
Oh, is that not how you say it? How would you
I s-
pronounce it?
View.
View. Oh yeah, I'm German. You know, we
Yeah,
No, I
pronounce
call
no.
it Vue. I
What?
call it Vue.
What?
And I'm,
What do you mean?
I'm as American as they get. No, I'm not even joking. I call it Vue.
Okay, dude.
Okay.
It's the UE.
No.
That is. I
Just
have
no.
a question actually. How do you guys pronounce Porsche, the
Oh,
car
what?
brand?
Porsche.
Porsche.
No.
That is
It's
crazy.
Porsche.
No, it's not.
It's not Porsche?
No, it's Porsche.
Yeah, that's how we would pronounce it in Russia, but in America it's Porsche.
Yeah,
I
they're
always said
kinda
Porsche.
a bit weird. Yeah, it's crazy. A lot of Americans do that. I went to like the Porsche museum today.
Uh-huh.
Really nice cars. So I had to ask you guys.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. So if you want to get a Lamborghini, right? Lamborghini, whatever you
Yeah.
guys call it, you
We-
should
we
write
say
in PHP.
Lamborghini.
Lamborghini, yeah. Write in PHP, man. Learn some PHP.
Oh, I did learn PHP for my job.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Why are you not driving a Lambo?
Well, I dropped
He's
out
no
of
longer at the
university.
job. He's no longer at the
Yeah,
job.
I quit that. It was linked to university, and I dropped out of university, so I also quit my job
Mm.
because I'm doing a
He
co-op.
gave up.
So
He gave up the Lambo. Yeah.
Mm.
I wasn't doing PHP at work. I just learned it. I was doing Angular at work,
Oh,
and Angular is fine. The new version of Angular is fine. I don't like
Yeah.
it fully as a React developer, but the older versions of Angular were ass. And
like,
we
what do you
used
not like
those.
about it? What do you not like about them?
The whole class-based thing.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not really my cup of tea. And like the whole input output thing. And they have terrible hot module replacement. I think that was added in like V19,
Yeah.
super late. And it sucked because every time I was doing something, the whole site refreshed and I had to enter every state again. So yeah, wasn't a fan of that. Angular's fine though. I can write it and I can accept that I'm writing it. But older versions of Angular, the ones that are in our code base, those I do not like. They're horrible to work with.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. It really shows sometimes when you go back like on old code bases and you just look at the code and you're like, I endured this. Oh my gosh, I must have been miserable. But yeah, it's always good. All right, now is the time where you get 1 minute to plug your work and everything like that. So you get 1 minute to plug your work, where people should follow you, and how they can check out like a CMS or something like that you might have.
CMS? Damn, how do you hear that? Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter if you want. My name is Dominic.dev on Twitter. Should have changed that before now. I don't like the name. But yeah, Dominic.dev on Twitter. My website's Dominic Koch, so KOCH.dev. And if you need a CMS, send me a message on Twitter. I'll help you integrate it into your code base, as long as it isn't Angular or Next. Nah, those work fine too. But yeah, check out marblecms.com. Yeah, it's a really cool CMS. If you have feedback, please send me feedback on Twitter. Spam my DMs. I give you my phone number so you can call me at midnight with
You're
feedback.
bold. You're bold. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very bold. All right. So, one question we close out with always. If you could
Okay.
go a very long time back, 10 years ago,
Okay.
talk to yourself. What would you tell
Mm-hmm.
yourself? What would be one piece of advice?
Try to make more friends.
Hmm.
I like kind of enjoy being young for a bit longer.
Wow.
So like go to a few more parties because I never did that as a kid.
Yeah, I can heavily relate with that as well because I'm 21 and it's the exact same. It's like, don't say no and develop that extra code for your Hackintosh. Go out actually and experience something.
Yeah.
So I can relate to that.
Yeah. Go make some friends, folks.
For real.
Yeah, makes sense. Awesome. Well, Dominic, our time is up, but it was great having you on. It was super cool learning about how all the Discord stuff and your evolution of all your different web agencies
Absolutely.
and everything like that. So thank you so much for coming on. It was a pleasure.
Thank you for having me, Dan and Ryan.
Yeah.
Of
All
course.
right.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for watching. Thank you to Code Rabbit for sponsoring today's live, and we will see you next time.
Cheers.
Bye.